Hello friends, how are you all? Now, today we are going to discuss a very important topic as far as your third unit in the retail management is concerned, which is nothing but franchising in retail. As you all know that the retail business have been increasing in India, not only in India, if you see entire world, this is one particular area where you find more scope for having employment. Understand? So under this retail operations, franchising is going to be one of the very important key areas one needs to be focused. Understand? Through the franchising, what happens? An entrepreneur, the person who wants to establish any business unit, can have all the assistance, all the help, all the experience of the people who already have done very well regarding those businesses. I mean to say, without wasting much time in terms of experience in the market, the persons are going to have, the organizations are going to have help in every aspect from other companies or from other individuals. This activity you are calling as a franchising. For example, when you step out from your house, when you move on the main roads, understand, you will be finding so many Bata showrooms and as well as KFC kind of restaurants, right? McDonald's. So these are all, the companies which are not at all belongs to India. Their business operations started from what you called their different destinations. Still they are selling their goods, their products in India nearby to our locality. This is one of the best example for franchising. Understand? So when you are discussing about franchising, you will be getting three very important words. One is called the franchising, franchisor, and as well as a franchisee. Franchising is a contract existing between a franchisor and a franchisee. Who is a franchisor? Franchisor provides the kind of support, the kind of technology, the kind of experience, whatever required to a person or an organization who wants to take care of their business in the interest of what you call the development. So franchisee, the person or any organization which gets a permission from the franchisor in order to operate those businesses. The Bata shops, so and as well as the KFC, McDonald's, understand? So such a way, if you think these are all nothing but the franchises, they got the permission from their franchisors. Understand? The franchisor is giving all the knowledge, all the required technology and various kinds of what you called supporting measurements whenever a franchisee is going to required. Further, the franchisee is going to pay the commission, some fees to the franchisor. The main reason to have this franchising, especially in retail, means the sharing of the risk. Mutually, both the franchisor and as well as the franchisee are going to benefit, subject to the few fulfilling conditions. Understand? So actually the people who wants to start the business, entrepreneurs, understand, especially, what happens, they may not be having the wanted kind of experience to step into the market. Then the safer way of starting the business is nothing but to have the permission to operate what to call such a kind of businesses from already established business units. Nothing but franchising. This franchising kind of business expanding not only from what you call only retailers, in every sector you see, from pharmaceuticals to the what to call the hotel industries. Wherever you go, you find so many what to call the franchisees on the what to call either sides of the routes. So let us see actually in detail what do you mean by franchising, franchisee, and as well as a franchisor. The franchising is an integral part of retail in today's marketing environment. That's what I told you. Without franchising kind of activity, it's very difficult to expect the required growth. If business standstill, development is not there further, what will be there? The economy is going to affect. So either way, the franchising activity is instigating the development of the economy also. Through franchising, retail business can expand at national and international level. You see the KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, okay, McDonald's, Subways. These are all what you called the chain of restaurants, isn't it? Food industries. They spread globally. Wherever you go, right from Africa to other developed continents, you find the business units of these particular companies because of the franchising. Franchising has touched all industries from automobile to financial services. Even in the IT sector also, the franchising kind of operations have been started. The McDonald's, Subway, KFC, etc. are some very big business franchises spreading all over the world. McDonald's, largest restaurant chain, so established in America, especially, which is the fast food company, established in the year 1940, California. Now it is having headquarters in Chicago, USA. So what are their main products? Eateries like hamburgers, simply what you call burgers, chicken, French fries, soft drinks, milkshakes, salads, desserts, pancakes, coffee, breakfast, and wraps. These are some of the eatable products, very famous in McDonald's. Same way, the Subway. What is the slogan of the Subway itself? Eat fresh. That itself indicates that how much care they are taking as far as the service of their products to the customers are concerned. Fresh veggies generally they garnish on the items whatever they provide to the customers. So which is also American fast food restaurants. Subway is actually famous for to produce submarine sandwiches. What are submarine sandwiches? You will be finding in the bakeries, understand, cylinder kind of items would be there. Cylinder, gas cylinder, isn't it? In rounded shape. What to call it? Submarine. It looks like a submarine. Hence these sandwiches are known as the submarine sandwiches, for which the Subway is very famous food restaurant, and they even sell salads, beverages. So the Subway company actually established by Fred DeLucia, just of 17 years old, and supported by Peter Buck. See, this is called the entrepreneurship. Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, these chain of restaurants, food restaurants, famous for what? They are very famous for chicken items like chicken sandwiches, wraps, fried chicken, burgers. So which is the second largest company after the McDonald's. You will be watching on KFC, boards, in a background way, a human picture would be there. What is that name? Colonel Harland Sanders. Understand? Such a way, if you think, these are the expansions, what are all happening as far as the franchising is concerned. The original company owners will be somewhere else, and they will be giving rights, permissions to the people in various what to call localities, and they actually fixes the rules. So those are some of the loopholes as far as the franchising kind of business is also concerned. Let us discuss all those things. Franchising helps the entrepreneurs and ordinary people to own their business and compete with the larger establishments. What I told you already, when you are starting any business, you are very much, most of the times, lack of the experience. Immediately, you cannot expect huge benefits, huge profits. Then the best idea is nothing but to learn the business skills, go for franchising. Get the permission from any established unit, and on behalf of them, you can sell the products according to the norms or what you call the conditions put forth by franchisors. Franchising has proved to be one of the most sustainable, viable business methods to establish and expand. So through the franchising, what happens? A meagerly experienced person also can learn so many things as far as the business activities are concerned. Franchising creates jobs, builds new partnerships, relationships, and contributes enormously to economic growth. So these are the benefits of the franchising. So franchising, franchisor, franchisee. Three things are important. So what is franchise? So a privilege or right granted to a person, organization, government, state or sovereign. That is authorization granted by a manufacturer to a distributor. We call it franchise. To sell his or products. International Franchise Association says this is a standard definition. A franchise is an agreement or license between two legally independent parties which gives a person, a group of people right to market a product or service using the trademark or trade name of another business. That is franchisor. The franchisee the right to market product or service using the operating methods of the franchisor. The franchisee the obligation to pay the franchisor fee for these rights. So the franchisee need to pay some amount to the franchisor for getting their permission, for using their brand name, for using their experience. Understand? The franchisor the obligation to provide right and support to the franchisees. So what is the role of the franchising in retail? Expansion of any business is very difficult risk in general ways. Generally, as you all know, a new incumbent is there with zero experience. Immediately they cannot they cannot compete with already stalwarts which are all there in that particular business, isn't it? So in order to start that initial steps, what is required? The best method is nothing but go for franchising. So expansion of any business is very difficult and risky in general ways. Any business requires significant amount of investment, that too difficult to arrange. This is one more very, very important point to be considered. So for any business, what is required? Huge investment requirement would be there. Initially, that may not be possible to raise that level of capital. Then the best idea is going for franchising. Not everyone knows how to run the business in a successful way. So this I already told you so many times that, so for the newcomer, they may not be having the kind of experience whatever required to do that a particular business. Then the best thing is going for franchising. Franchising limits the investment risk and business overall risks. That's what through the franchising what will be there, the risk sharing would be there between franchisor and as well as the franchisee. Franchising allows expansion to occur without the vast amount of operating capital. So as far as the franchisor is concerned, this activity allows their business to expand. So franchising creates an attractive profit picture for the franchise owner at the unit or operating level. So as far as the franchise is concerned, they are going to generate the profit by meager investment, whatever considered from the, what I would say, from the franchisee. So these are the advantages of franchising in retail. So low risk, growth, ease of financing and operational support, proper advertising. So let us see all these points. So generally the franchising kind of activity will be taking place in huge way successful companies. About McDonald's, about KFC, okay, about Pizza Hut, you don't require again a new kind of advertisement. Already all the customers will be much aware of these products, their quality. So then what happens, the investment and the advertisement is going to be decreased. And also through the what you call franchising, the ease of financing and operational support is going to be easy. So low risk would be there, and as well as the growth is concerned, more scope would be there for the growth. What are the disadvantages? Not only advantages, the franchising going to provide a few disadvantages also, like royalty fee or else a fee. So generally the big established companies want to have huge amounts in terms of fees, in terms of royalty. So the newcomer, when they get the permission from the franchisor, it's going to be very difficult to pay back them. And also the lack of control. So after providing franchisor permission to a franchisee, sometimes what happens, the inefficient way operations going to be decrease the business operations, and finally the business is going to be impacted. Why? Because the franchisor would be somewhere and franchisee will be operating somewhere. So what is the disadvantage going to take place? Lack of control. So these are the advantages and as well as the disadvantages. Hence, one needs to be very careful while giving franchisee to what you called person who wants to take up the business.